Hello, hello, hello to all of our Great Kids families. My name is Coach Carlos, and I'm the owner of Champions Great Kids After School and Summer Camp. And I'm super excited to have you all and join us for our 2023 Summer Camp experience. Guys, it's going to be a great opportunity for your kids to come into a camp that's going to be safe. They're going to have fun. It's going to be extremely engaging, and they're going to grow throughout the summer. So we're really excited to have you and your family be a part of this camp with us this year, guys. It's going to be awesome. We got a lot planned for the kids. So let's jump right into it, guys, and let's talk about who is who of Great Kids. So as I said, my name is Coach Carlos. I'm the actual owner of Champions Great Kids After School Summer Camp programs. This will be our 7th year of running our summer camp programs. We're going to our 7th year here at our Camillus campus. It'll be year 3 at our Liverpool campus, and it's going to be our 1st year of our Great Kids down in Lafayette. Guys, we're super excited. We have an amazing team set in place for you guys. And I just want to kind of go with you some of the leadership team that we have, as well as our coach that we're going to have on each site. So our main leadership is myself. Again, my name is Carlos Tierney. And then you've all probably communicated with Coach Bridget over your time getting yourselves registered. Coach Bridget is our regional director. She oversees kind of all 3 of our campuses. And then each campus has their own director. So campus director for our Liverpool campus is going to be Coach Emily. Campus director for our Lafayette campus is going to be Coach Terry, and then our Camillus campus director is going to be Coach Kayla, as well as we have Coach Kai, who is like our Swiss Army knife. He is a jack of all trades, and he's one of our other leaders that are on our leadership team. So these are the leaders of all of our camps. And then every camp, guys, have coaches that meet the ratios that we have to follow for the county and the state to be able to run our camp. So all of our camps are provided with the proper ratios for all the campers that we have coming in, for all the sites that we have coming in, guys. So we're super excited. You're going to love the group that we have planned for you guys. They're going to make sure that your child has an amazing, amazing summer. All right, so let's talk really quick about the best way to communicate with us. So ideally, guys, we use email as our primary source of communication for you as a masses, right? So again, we have an amazing group of families that are coming in. And instead of us trying to reach every single one of you individually, if there is a mass email or mass communication that has to go out, we usually would do that via email. We also have a text message system that we use that's kind of correlating with our CRM system where we keep all your information in. That is a number that we use as well periodically. If it's got to be like a quick text message, we got to get it out to everybody, and it goes out from that one number. But that is not our primary number. Our primary number is, I'm just going to type it in here so you can see it, 315-491-8822. This is our primary number, 315-491-8822. Now, this number, I have it on my phone, Coach Bridget has it on her phone, and Coach Emily has it on her phone. So those are the 3 people that you'll be able to contact with, ideally if you're calling that number. But during camp, I'm going to really strongly recommend that if it's not an emergency, that you shoot us a text message, because sometimes we get so busy within our day of our camp, making sure the kids are having the best experience possible, making sure the coaches are doing everything we need them to do to be the best that they can be. Sometimes it's really hard for us to get to the phone and answer the phone. So what we recommend you do is just shoot us a text, and then once we have the availability to call you back, one of us will call you back just to get whatever information you need to provide for us. If it is an emergency, again, give us a call. If you call back, excuse me, if you call back again right away, we'll definitely try to make sure one of us is able to grab it. But ideally, calling the number 315-491-8822. If you call that number during our regular camp time, just giving you an idea that we can get so busy with what we got going on here that we may not get to the phone. If you text us, it's a little bit easier for us to get back in touch with you guys via text and or calling you back. All right. So again, guys, just make sure that's the #1 way that you want to try to communicate with us. We usually do all of our mass communication through our email system. We do have a mass text system, so that's kind of like a totally different number than our primary number. But then the primary number is our 491-8822. So if you have any questions or if you need anything, guys, shoot us a text on that number. We'll get the information down to our Lafayette team. We'll get the information over to our Liverpool team. We'll get the information to our Camillus campus as well. So again, that's the primary number, guys. Again, it's 315-491-8822. You want to lock it in as Champions Great Kids or Great Kids Primary. right? Again, like I said, you're going to get an email or you're going to get a text from a different number that's going to be us corresponding with you, but that is our mass corresponding, right? So if you need to hit us directly or we need to contact you directly, the 315-491-8822 is the best number to do that at. So I just want to make sure you guys have that. Again, just kind of backtracking. My name is Coach Carlos. Who's who? Our Liverpool campus is going to be Coach Emily. She's the director and is going to oversee that campus. Our Camillus director is going to be Coach Kayla. She will oversee the campus here in Camillus. And then Coach Terry will be overseeing our Lafayette campus. Coach Bridget is our overall regional director, so she oversees everyone and kind of communicating with you all, as I said, through your process of getting you guys registered. So, again, that's our leadership team. And then we have Coach Kai as well. Coach Kai is our jack of all trades. He'll be sometimes in Lafayette, sometimes he'll be in Liverpool, sometimes he'll be here as well. But we want to make sure that you guys kind of know who everyone is as far as the leadership team. And then as the coaches come in, guys, and parents, as you come in, you're going to meet the coaches. The kids are going to come home and tell you about their experience with the coaches. And that's how you're going to start kind of building their names and getting all of them. I would go through all that with you guys, but we have about 35 to 40 coaches that's going to be joining us this summer. So we're super excited about that. Now, one of the questions that came up in our orientation, all of our coaches have to go through a background check, which is required by the state. Our campus is run through Onondaga County Environmental Health, and so it's a state organization. So we have to get everyone background check, which we would do anyway, but we have to get everyone background check. So all of our coaches have been background checked and are all set to be able to work and be able to interact with the kids. So just want to give you guys a heads up as that, because that did come up in one of our open houses. All right, so big thing, what I want to make sure that families and parents know is that what our program is and what our program is not. So our program is an actual summer camp program, which means we actually run programming for the kids when they come to our camp. So we are not a daycare, right? Now, again, not to get confused, a daycare is a daycare center, right? The children go to the daycare center. The people in the daycare center are watching the kids. They're interacting with the kids. They're working with the kids. And that is what they do. Our program is not set up that way. We actually run programming for the kids when they come in. We have a system in place. We have schedules. They do different things on different times. Everything that we do, as I said, is based on them having a safe, fun, engaging growth environment. So that's how our program is set up. So we are not just a kind of like drop your kids off and they're here and we're just babysitting them and we're just watching them. That's not the case for our program. It's not the case for our camps on either campus. So whether it be Camillus, Liverpool, or Lafayette, we are an active camp. We are a structured program, and we run systems to make our program be successful for your children in our camp. So I just want to make sure that you guys understand that, because sometimes we have some parents that come in that are coming from more of the daycare center atmosphere, daycare center environment. And I'm going to be fully transparent. That is not our environment. We are active, structured, system-based program that makes sure the kids have a fun, safe, engaging environment where they can grow and have an amazing summer experience. So I just want to make sure you guys understand that as we move forward in this process and you guys are joining us for the summer, that you know what those things are. Okay, so now let's talk about what to bring to camp. So everyone needs to be able to bring a AM snack and a PM snack, lunch, water bottle. We need to bring a change of clothes for our younger guys. Our young guys need to bring a change of clothes just in case an accident happens. We've had accidents that's happened before, so it's always good to have something on site that we can change them out. So instead of us calling you, having you bring them something, we can get it taken care of right away. So again, morning snack, PM snack, lunch. We recommend you label your snacks as well, because we've had in the past where kids will have lunch and we'll have lunchtime and they'll eat their PM snack at lunch and then they don't have a PM snack for later. So we want to make sure that the kids understand what those are during those times. Then also you want to make sure they bring a change of clothes. Everyone should bring sneakers because we will try to get the kids outside as much as possible and when we can. So we want to make sure they're prepared for that. So every day they should have sneakers. If our girls like to wear some nice cute shoes, that's fine. Just parents, just make sure you pack a pair of sneakers for them if we're going to go outside. So that's going to be important as well. Sunscreen. Again, in our documentation, you may have seen that we do not apply sunscreen on the kids. So we recommend you do that for them before they come. Again, during our open house, some of the parents were asking, well, what if it wears off or runs out? If you want to bring a spray in for them, especially the younger guys, we can spray it on for them. Right, we'll put it on for them and we'll show them how to rub it in and where they should rub it in. But our coaches and our team will not physically touch the children as far as putting the screen on them. So just giving you a heads up, if your child has some sensitivity to the sun and they need the sunscreen, we recommend that you either do it before they come If they have a spray bottle, a spray can, we can kind of help them do that. And if you give us a heads up that they do have it, we can make sure the coaches know that if we're going to go outside to get them all set up. Okay. So again, parents, it's just everyone just kind of communicating. So we're all on the same page. All right. Let's see what else. Okay. So now let's talk about what we should not bring. So when the kids come in, guys, we do have what we call chill time. Chill time is like in the morning, and we're going to kind of go over like that process as well. But in the morning when the kids come in, we have early drop off as early as 7:30. Our active time doesn't necessarily start till 9 o'clock. So we allow the kids to kind of have chill time, being they'll kind of hang out in our matted area or in our one of the areas that we have designated for them. They can bring a Kindle, they could bring an iPad. If they have any kind of electronics that you allow them to be on, they can bring those and have access to that. We do not provide Wi-Fi access. So anything they have, it already has to be pre-downloaded. We do not give them access to the Wi-Fi. Number two, I know our younger guys, they love they have their toys that they like to bring. We don't recommend our campers bringing in toys, because when they bring in toys, obviously they bring them in, they bring them out. They have to be willing to share them with other kids, because the other kids are going to see them. They're going to want to play with them as well. They have to be willing to share them with the other kids. And as well as we don't want those things to get broken. And I'm going to be extremely transparent with you parents. We've had kids that have brought toys in, and the toys have gotten broken, right? So, and again, obviously you can imagine how devastating it is for your child or for a child. They bring a toy in, they want to share the toy. But again, you know, kids are kids. Sometimes they get overzealous and it breaks. And now that your child no longer has that toy. So we recommend you do not send any extra toys into the campus for the kids. Next, we understand that sometimes some of our kids have emotional support animals, right? So maybe it's a stuffed animal or a doll or something like that. Again, parents, I'm not telling you that we don't want them to have that comfort and support when they come. All I'm going to say is, just from our experience, we've had a young lady or some kids that will bring in these items, and sometimes they get broke. How does that happen? Well, I have my emotional support or my teddy bear. I have my teddy bear out. I let so-and-so share my teddy bear. I want my teddy bear back. Now me and so-and-so are having a little tug of war of the teddy bear. All of a sudden, the teddy bear's arm gets ripped off. Now we have a very sad young lady. We have another sad person who didn't mean for that to happen, but now they feel bad that it happened. So to prevent these things, parents, again, I'm just telling you from our experience, we try to eliminate that as much as possible. The next thing, if they are bringing these items in and it becomes a distraction, being like, you know, our chill time is exactly that. It's chill time. So it's not playtime. So if they bring these things in and it's getting a little too rambunctious before we get started, they will be asked to put them away. Again, if it becomes too much, we're just going to make sure they don't bring them anymore, just again to kind of keep the environment the way we need to keep it before we get started. Okay. So again, what to bring? Make sure they're bringing their AM snack, PM snack, lunch, sneakers, extra change of clothes, as well as any sunscreen, anything like that. They need that. Make sure they have that with them. What not to bring? Again, I would avoid bringing toys. I would avoid bringing stuffed animals and things like that, just so we don't have any issues that may arise from that. Okay. All right. So let me see what else I got on my list here. All right. Let's go over the drop off and pickup procedures. So every campus, parents, when you come in, there's going to be a space that you're going to walk into, and you're going to meet one of our staff members when you walk into that space. That is your designated drop-off area. We do not allow, or we try to limit, and I don't want to say we don't allow, obviously, your parents, right? So when you want to go with your children, you can go with your children, but we try to limit as much activity of parents going back and forth into the campus site as much as possible, because again, it just kind of causes more bodies, more confusion, and it just kind of helps us not really set the environment that we want to set it. So parents, when you drop off, you're going to come to the welcome desk, whatever your welcome desk is. You're going to just say, hey, so-and-so's here. We're going to check them in. And then we're going to have one of our coaches take them to the designated area that they're going to be until we get started for the day. Now, again, we understand that we're going to have some of our younger guys that's going to need a little bit more emotional support, a little more help, a little more guidance. That's fine, parents. We're going to allow you to help them get through that process. But we hope that as the summer progresses and summer goes on, that you won't need to do that as much. You can just bring them right in. They know the systems. They know what we're going to do, and they're more comfortable, right? So as time goes on, parents, we are going to limit, how much we're going to allow the parents into the back area, or where we're going to have the kids prepping for our day. And then at pickup, same thing, pick up parents. When you guys come in for pickup, you want to make sure you bring your ID. All the campuses, all the coaches, all the directors, everyone has been instructed to check for IDs for everybody that comes in. Now, again, this is our 7th year of doing our program. We have parents that have been in my program for 4 or 5 years already, right? So we obviously know you guys. I know you guys. Coach Bridget knows you guys. You guys been around for a long time, but all of our staff won't know you. So if I'm not here, Coach Bridges is not here, someone else is not here, we're not going to be able to identify you as a person of that child. So to build the proper habit, parents, whether you're an existing parent, whether you're a new parent, please come in with your photo ID because our staff will check it. They will not dismiss the child to you until you have your ID. Now, if this becomes a problem for you as a parent or a guardian coming in and picking up, again, this is all about safety that we're trying to have in place for all the campus and all the kids. If it's not the right fit for you and you feel it's going to be too challenging for you to actually bring your ID in for us, we're just going to have to figure out another option for you as far as the camp, because we do have to have these procedures in place. And it's not about the inconvenience for you. It's about the safety of how we're trying to have our campus set up. So again, I appreciate you guys understanding that. And again, I'm only speaking from experience. We've had some times where we've had to ask a parent or someone to go back and get their ID, and it wasn't as friendly of a interaction as we would hope. So again, parents, we just want to give you a heads up that we do need you guys to make sure you always bring your ID, whether I know you, whether Coach Bridget knows you. We need you to do that for our team because they have to get to know you and build that relationship with you as well. Okay, so that's going to be our pickup procedures, guys. And again, parents, if you have someone else coming to pick up, just shoot us a text like, hey, so-and-so is going to be picking up blah, blah, blah at this campus. So then we can say, okay, Coach Emily, this is coming to your campus, or Coach Terry, this is coming to your campus, or Coach Kayla, this is coming to your campus. Make sure you check their ID when they come in. Parents, make sure whoever you have picking up, they do send the ID for your child to be picked up as well. Okay, all right, so now we're going to get into the good stuff here, guys. We're going to go into what our daily programming looks like. So I'm just going to give you a little snapshot, guys. This is not the whole thing. This is not the whole thing. This is just a snapshot. Let me pull this up. I'm going to share my screen with you, so stay with me here for a second. Boom. Okay, so ideally, parents, this is just kind of how it looks like, right? We have some groups, some campuses, we're going to have two groups. We're going to have alligators and bobcats. What we try to do is we try to separate the kids as much as possible. As we separate them, we try to separate them by their grade levels, right? So if we have a kindergarten and first grade group, that will be, say, the alligators, right? If we have a campus that we only have two groups that we're rotating, our kindergarten through second grade would be the alligators. Our third grade and higher would be our bobcats. If we have three groups, it'd be alligators, bobcats, cheetahs. If we have four groups, it'd be alligators, bobcats, cheetahs, and dragons. So that's pretty much how it sets up, and everything is kind of broken down into what their age categories are. And the parents are probably like, why, or the kids are probably like, why did we choose these names? Because it's very simple and easy for us. We try to have the most simplified system as possible. A, B, C, D. Alligators, bobcats, cheetahs, dragons. That's exactly why we have it set up. It's just an easy process for us, easy system to be able to do on all campuses, so all the coaches know who and what those groups are. So that is what that looks like. So if you look at this calendar here, parents, this is kind of what a daily schedule will look like, right? So let's say the alligators are doing snack. The bobcats will probably be doing something, will be doing a different activity. And then they just switch, right? So now the bobcats go do the snack. The other group goes over and does the activity. Area 1, area 2 is kind of where they are within our room. We don't really have classrooms, so we have what we call an area, right? And this is pretty much how it sets up, and this is how the day will look. Again, if we had other groups, those other groups would be down on the side over here, and that'd be, the cheetahs and dragons would be a little different type of rotation. But in theory, this is how a day would look like, right? And it just kind of goes, as you can see, busy, we're active, we got the kids doing stuff, we got them moving, we got them, engaging, they're not just engaging their body, but engaging their mind as well. So these are just some of the things that we have set up. And at the end of the day, we have Kid Cave. In some cases, it may be our alternative, which would be our ninja tricks or our karate, whatever those may be at the end of the day. And this is pretty much a template of kind of what it would look like if we ran our daily schedule. So, and again, this is from last year, but we have this year's all set up as well. But just giving you guys an idea of what that is, and how do we run the day? And that's why I said before, we are not a daycare center, right? We are an active program, right? We actually have the kids engaging. We actually have them doing stuff. They're moving, they're sweating, they're having fun, they're making friends, they're building memories. But again, it's not a daycare where the kids will just sit and do nothing, right? So with that being said, every group is about a half hour, right? So we have had in the past where we've had some kids that may not have liked maybe this activity for the whole time. That's fine. What happens though, parents, is we don't have the ability to say, okay, well, if you don't want to do this, let's have you go over and do that. right? We can't do that, right? So the way the system is set up, wherever they are in that area, they have to necessarily kind of stay in that area until we rotate again. Again, it's only a 30-minute segment, so it's not like they're going to be there for that long. But we don't, again, not a daycare, we don't have the ability to say, okay, well, you don't want to do this, then why don't you go on over and do something else? Because that's not how our staff is set up. That is not how our system is set up. So I just want to give you a heads up. If those type of things came up, that's kind of how we handle it, is that they'll just kind of stay with their group. They may do something different within their group, or they will just kind of hang out until we rotate to the next thing. Okay. All right. So now what we try to do, this is what we try to do every Friday. That's the goal. Okay, parents, I'm going to tell you it's the goal every Friday, but you'll have it at least before we start on Monday, so no later than Sunday. But every Friday, guys, we try to set up this summer camp experience as to what the week's going to look like. This is just from last year. This is week 10. Is this showing you guys it? Wait a second. Oh, no, they didn't show you anything. 1 second, sorry. Screen. Boom. Where are we at? Here we go. All right, yeah, so this is what I want you to see. Okay, so this is kind of like what we send out to the parents, right? So we don't necessarily have like theme weeks. We have kind of what we're doing that week, right? So we give you what we call our daily highlight weeks, right? This is what we're going to be doing. This was from week 10 last year, ideally, right? So if we're doing a sport is on Monday and sport is on Wednesday, and that sport is going to be track and field, right? And then Tuesday and Thursday will be baseball. So those are two things they do on baseball. And then on Monday will be arts and craft, and then Tuesday will be STEM, and then just kind of flip-flops back and forth, this, that, and the other, okay? We do pizza party, guys. The pizza party is $7. I know one of the things that we sent out, I said it was $6, but it's actually $7 is the pizza party. And it's 2 slices of pizza, 2 cookies, and a bottle of water. This is totally optional, parents. It's not something that you have to do. This is a very optional thing. Some parents don't have their kids pizza, which is fine. But we do that on Wednesdays, and it's during their lunchtime. And then it kind of says, like, who's going on a field trip. This field trip will be on this group here, and this field trip will be these guys here. So that's kind of how we do the field trips. We do the separate age groups going to one area, and then another day, the older group goes. And again, this is us trying to get them out the parks as well. Kind of similar. Usually the parks would be the opposite day. So there it is right here. Park field trip is on Monday and Wednesday. Again, this was last year. It may be different this year. We got that all set up right now. We had to maybe change around some of our field trip schedules. But this is ideally what you guys will be getting. This is what ideally you guys will be getting prior to the week starting. So you kind of have that and you know what that is, and you kind of have an idea of what they're going to be doing for the week, right? Okay, so now let's talk about field trips, because again, field trips again is an optional opportunity for you guys. You do not have to do the field trips. They are not mandatory. The only field trip that is kind of mandatory, not mandatory, but we kind of take everyone that's on campus, no matter what their age is or whatever, is parks. We get everyone to the parks. The other field trips, because we have a cost to that as far as what it costs us to take them, us hiring a driver to take them as well. So that's some of what we charge on the field trip. So usually our field trips is no more than $20. But again, it's optional. You don't have to do it. The families or the kids that don't go on the field trip, they just stay on campus with the other groups that are still on campus. But this is what this will look like, guys. Actually, let me go to this other share real quick. So this comes out on Friday, the Friday before the following week. So you'll have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If that field trip's on Monday, those are the 3 days you'll have to be able to register. Once it's sold out, right? We limit as to how many kids we're taking. So once it's sold out, it is sold out. We won't be able to add you on the day of. But this is kind of what it would look like, right? You'll get this. This is the most. We're doing a most field trip. This is a checkout page, so you get this as an email. This is why you have to check our emails. And this kind of tells you the day. This is the day that we're going on Tuesday, what group it's going to be. You got to watch that as well, because we send them out separately. We have one that's for our older guys, the one that's for our younger guys. Again, from our experience, what's happened in the past is that parents would just register because they see it, but they don't pay attention to the grade level, right? So we want to make sure that you're watching that. That just kind of tells you what it is, what's the cost of the field trip. You know, you got to register for the field trip. You can't just come in and sign up at the day or the day of. It has to be done through this registration, because we have to send it over to the actual place that we're going, so they know exactly how many kids we're going to have, how many staff we're going to send, and all that has to happen. So again, it's kind of has to be set up before we go, so we can have everything kind of arranged the way we need to have it arranged. But yeah, so these will come out ideally on Fridays. So you guys will get this on Friday, as well as you'll get that other document that I just showed you guys not too long ago on Friday as well. Okay. All right, so that's kind of how the field trip set up. Sometimes we do have questions about that, so I just want to make sure you guys see that as well. Okay, then the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is just kind of like some of the incidents and things that we have happening, right? So let me just unshare my screen. So again, as I said, guys, we are an active camp, right? The kids are going to come in. They're going to have a blast. They're going to have a great time. There is going to be a lot of social growth and social development for our kids, right? And what that means is we're going to help them through any social challenges they may have, as well as help them through anything that may keep them from being their very best. But with that being said, parents, we want to make sure that everyone understands that we, in our documents that you guys sign, I know it's been a while since some of you guys have signed them or did them, but we do have a zero tolerance for bullying. So what that means is we actually really jump on what's happening with bullying, and we understand that, you know, sometimes bullying happens and it is just a misunderstanding, right? Sometimes bullying happens, it is a targeting type of thing. Sometimes bullying happens is because I'm emotionally responding to something that someone else did or something that may be happening outside of the control of what's happening in our camp. So when we say we have zero tolerance for bullying, parents, that means that we have zero tolerance in the sense that we are going to investigate, we are going to help the children grow from whatever that moment may be, whether the person that's being bullied, how they have to handle a bully, and the person that may be doing the bullying and how that's going to come about. Now, when I say that, parents, we have very few bullying incidents that happens on our campus. But again, a lot of it is just, you know, we have the kids, we have different social makeups and different social understandings. And sometimes it's just communication, socially being able to communicate with one another. So we really try to monitor that as much as possible. We really try to address as much as possible. If it becomes a pattern of behavior, parents, we will communicate with you as to the steps we need to possibly look into on if our camp's going to be the best fit for your child. The next thing is just disruptive behavior, right? It's something that, again, we understand that every child is going through a different stage of development. So we will work with you guys in the best of our ability to try to help your child get to the better place. If they are having some challenges within how they're reacting to certain things or responding to certain things, or just some of the behavioral things that may come up when they're with us in our time here, we are going to work with you guys the best that we possibly can. But again, just like you, all the other parents are bringing the kids into our camp to, one, make sure the kids are safe, right? If the kids aren't safe, they're not going to want to come here, and the parents are not going to want to be here. The number two is to make sure the kids are having fun. Well, if I'm not having a safe time because someone or another person is making the environment unsafe for me, then I'm not having fun. Then engaging. I don't want to engage because I don't feel that I'm being accepted, or I don't feel it's safe for me to engage. And then there's no growth, right? So again, parents, when we talk about this is something that we are truly committed to. Our team is committed to. And again, our goal is to help our children become the very best version of themselves that we possibly can on both ends of the spectrum, right? We want to show a child how to deal with a bully when a bully is doing something that makes them feel uncomfortable. But we also want to help the other child that's bullying to identify why that's not the right thing to do and how we go about making better choices to be the better person that we can be. And when we're able to do that, parents, we have both children able to grow from an incident that may have caused a whole different negative state to it. So that's our goal, parents. Again, we need to know what's going on. So if you know something that's happening that we don't know, you give us enough notice, give us some time. We would definitely do our part to work through it. And then obviously we want to help your child and the children involved be able to grow from it. If we're not able to do that, parents, we definitely got to have that next level of conversation of if this camp is going to be the best fit for your child or another person coming into our camp. Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to kind of address that. I can't think of anything else. This video is a little longer than what I was hoping for, but I thank you guys for staying on with us. Again, just kind of recapping, my name is Coach Carlos. I'm the owner of Champions Great Kids After School and Summer Camp. This is our 7th year running camps, guys. We've had amazing experience throughout the years. We have a campus in Liverpool. We're going to be doing our first one down in Lafayette. Super excited about that. Every campus, parents, has a designated area that you're going to drop the kids off. Again, when you go into the facility, you'll be able to see that. Everyone at Lafayette, your area is going to be area 2. Door 2, which is like the cafeteria door. Everyone else has their own main entrance that they're going to go into. Make sure the kids bring all the stuff they need, guys. AM snack, PM snack, lunch, sneakers. Again, change your clothes for my guys that may need to change your clothes. Be on the lookout for what our field trips are going to be. Be on the lookout for what our following week is going to be. Your best way of communicating with us is via text, 315-491-8822. Again, you can call that number, parents, but please understand that when we're in our busy part of the day, it is really, really hard for us to get the phone. So if you text us, we'll definitely call you back. If we have an emergency to call you, we'll call you. If something's happening, we have to call you right away. So we'll definitely let you know if something of that nature is to happen. As far as questions and things like that, for the most part, your leadership, the person on your campus, your leader on your campus can answer the questions. They can probably answer questions better than the coach can. So if you're asking a coach a question, the coach may not have that answer, but your leader of the campus, the director of the campus may have the answer. If the director doesn't have the answer, the director will come to myself or Coach Bridget, and then we will find the answer for you. But again, parents, just kind of understand this is all the process of our communications, right? So we want to make sure that's happening and you guys are able to do that. Let me just see what your child needs to bring. We talked about a little bit about what they should bring in the morning, what they shouldn't bring. We talked about drop off. Make sure, parents, when you're picking up, you have your people and everyone brings their ID. Please, please, please make it an easy transition for all of us so no one has uneasy feelings about this ID thing. Again, we just need you to make sure you guys bring that for us. The field trips are not mandatory. Field trips are not mandatory. They are optional. In addition to, we only limit a certain number of people that can go on a field trip. So if you don't get locked in, you're not able to go. You just got to try to catch the next field trip because we do limit as to what we're able to take to these establishments. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and the pizza party. The pizza party is going to be every Wednesday. It's $7. If you already purchased a punch card for the pizza, you're all set as far as that goes. But anyone else, if you want to come in, we'll have a sign-in sheet. You could either sign in, we could charge a card, or you can bring cash, which is just $7 for the pizza. 2 slices of pizza, 2 cookies, and a bottle of water. Not mandatory. You can obviously send your own lunch. This is something we do for the kids. They enjoy it. It's a great experience for them to kind of have something a little different than what they normally have daily. That's pretty much it. Thank you again, guys, for taking time to watch this video. If you have any questions, please feel free. Shoot us a text, 315-491-8822. I am Coach Carlos. Coach Bridget is your regional director. We have an amazing team. We're planning for an amazing summer for you all. And again, we just want to thank you for choosing champions, and we'll see you all soon. Bye now.